In this video, I want to give you some tips for making your Facebook ads stand out. Now, when you're advertising on Facebook, you're going to be allowed to have an image on your advertisement. And this is very powerful because it's the thing that people will see before they actually read the text. They'll see the image and the text comes later. That's just the way your brain works. So when you're using images, you should use quality images. Preferably, you should use ones taken specifically for the ad. Or failing that, you want to get some professional images from a photo library, and there are lots of them online. But you want to make sure, first of all, that they look good. Secondly, that they adequately relate to what you're advertising. I know some people say, oh, do something completely different because then it'll stand out. Well, maybe. But as a general rule, you want to make sure that if, like in the last slide, we were showing an image of a dessert, you would want to make sure that that image fitted something to do with desserts. You wouldn't want to have something like that for selling, jeans or something like that. You want to make sure that it does actually relate to what you're advertising. Very importantly, you must make sure that you own the copyright or have the rights to use this particular photograph. You can't just simply go to Google Images, grab something offline from somebody else's site and then use that in your Facebook ad. That's going to land you in a whole heap of trouble. So basically make sure that you own the copyright or that you have the adequate rights to be able to use these images. And also, you want to make sure that they're not likely to be seen on another ad, because that is going to destroy your credibility. So you want to make sure that it is a unique ad. And as I was saying earlier, that's really why you want to make sure that you have a picture that has been taken specifically for this ad, for you or by you, and for no other purpose. Something else that you want to do in your ad is to use compelling copy. You want to draw people in by appealing to both their emotional and to their logical side. So you want to appeal to head and heart in equal proportion. You also want to have a strong call to action. You want to make sure that when people see your ad, they feel it's compelling to go ahead and click through and either make the purchase or go to your website or go to your Facebook page or whatever it is that you want them to do. But you must have a strong call to action. You should also use social proof to back up any claims that you have in your ad. And a good way to do that is to use testimonials. And if you're running a video ad, for example, getting video testimonials from previous customers can be very, very powerful indeed. But whatever you do, the testimonials should be genuine. You mustn't make them up. They must be real customers giving their real opinion. Now, some people say that you should put a question in the headline, because this draws people in and gets them reading the rest of the ad. And especially if it's a question your audience can answer yes. Above all else, you should be credible. If your ad makes outrageous claims, then no one is going to take it seriously. So, for example, if you're advertising a make money online product and you're saying, you can make $1 million by this time next week, no one's going to take it seriously. But if the claim is you can make $1,000 by this time next month, well, maybe that has a bit more credibility. Most people are not stupid. They can tell when you're making some outrageous claim that simply doesn't make any sense. You can also use the psychology of color to your advantage. And this is something that works on a sort of a subtle, subconscious sort of level. studies have proven that older people tend to like blue, purple, and green, whereas younger people prefer yellow, red, and orange. So you can build this sort of thing into your advertisement. In fact, you can actually take it a step further because different colors tend to relate to different things. For example, yellow tends to convey optimism, clarity, and warmth. Orange is considered friendly, cheerful, and confident. Red is exciting, youthful, and bold. People associate purple with things that are imaginative and creative. With blue, people tend to associate it with things being dependable, trusting, and wise. Green tends to be associated with things that are peaceful, healthy, and associated with growth. And grey is a balance, neutral, and calming. And if you think about it, if you think of big corporations, if you think of products that you go out and buy off your supermarket shelves, for example, look at the colouring of the packages, look at the colouring of the advertising, look at the colouring of company logos, and you can see the sort of message that they're trying to get across through the colours. And you can do that too in your Facebook ad. And finally, when it comes to your ad, don't sell. Now, I know that sounds counterintuitive, but people don't like to be sold to. And the best ads never feel like ads. So if you want people to care about your product or service, you need to make them feel like you're delivering a solution to a problem or a need that they're facing. And one good way to come up with ideas is to look at other successful ads in other niches and apply those strategies and tactics to your own advertisement. Defining the objective of your Facebook ad is very important because the objective is going to set the pace for your entire advertising campaign. So everything else is going to be based around what your objective is. Now, some people get really puzzled and unclear about precisely what they want their Facebook ad to achieve. And you need to have a clear objective in mind for your ad. After all, if you don't know what you want, how do you know when you've got it? So you need to define this from the start. And actually, Facebook do make this very easy for you. So let me just give you an example here just to illustrate the point. Now, one potential objective would be to get direct conversions. And a conversion counts as someone going through the action that you want them to. So let's say the objective is someone clicking on your Buy Now button and buying your $10 ebook on the ultimate total body workout. And when the sale has gone through, that's a conversion. So it's making a direct sale from your website via a Facebook ad. Fairly straightforward. So what you do for this ad is you would target people who were in their 20s or 30s or perhaps older, who listed the gym or fitness as a hobby in their Facebook profile. Next, you will create an ad that would show either in the sidebar or in their home feed. And in this ad, you will broadcast very clearly what it was you were selling and how much you were selling it for. So you will want to have a nice eye-catching ad. You'd want to have a picture of the ebook cover. You'd want to have a nice graphic, perhaps showing somebody working out like we did in the last slide. You will want to just sort of have something that would scream out to anybody who saw it that exactly what this ebook was about. So you could eliminate anybody who didn't want to buy it. You see, because this is where Facebook advertising can be a little different from other forms of advertising in terms of approach. Now, in the past, you might have learned to save the price until right at the end, after you've already convinced the person to learn all about your product and to buy. And this is known as the AIDA approach, which stands for awareness, interest, desire, action. Now, in pay-per-click marketing, because this is the version of Facebook marketing we're going to focus mostly on, you're trying to avoid clicks just as much as you're trying to encourage them. And you don't want people clicking on your ads unless there is some chance that they might be actually willing to buy. And this is very important. Otherwise, you're going to lose your ROI, which stands for return on investment, because obviously there is a cost every time somebody clicks on your ad. So you don't want people clicking on your ad, going through your website, reading about your ebook, thinking, no, this isn't what I want. I'm looking for an ebook on flower arranging or something like that, and then simply clicking away, because then you've lost that amount of money that it's cost you. So you want to make sure that it's an investment, not an expense. People click, you pay, but they go to your site and they like the ebook and they buy it. That's the ultimate objective. So you'll make your ad with a headline that very clearly says something like, get the ultimate total body workout ebook for just $10. And this technique will work because anyone who doesn't want an ebook or isn't prepared to pay $10 won't click. So if someone wants a video, they're not going to click. Someone wants a free ebook, they're not going to click. So this means you can afford to increase your CPC and have your ads seen more often. And it also means you increase your chances of being seen by someone who does potentially want to pay $10 for your ebook. In turn, that will increase the percentage of clicks that result in a conversion. Objective obtained. Now, exactly what the objectives of your Facebook advertising campaign are will impact heavily on the approach that you use, and will also be intertwined with everything from your cost per click to your maximum budget and to your ad design. Because obviously, if it's a $10 ebook, you don't want to pay more than $10 a click because you'll be losing money. And Facebook actually lets you set your goals right from the start. And the options that they give you are fairly wide-ranging and comprehensive. And these cover improving engagements of a post, getting more likes for your Facebook page, getting more clicks or leads for your website, getting more installs for an app, promoting your event or offer. And Facebook's evolving all the time, so they may have added more by the time you see this. Now, the more closely you define your objective, the greater your chance of achieving success with Facebook ads.